listening to another episode of Streets to Success podcast with Frank, Jalil. We got a special guest. If you haven't noticed, him in the Dallas Cowboys jacket.
Oh, man,
Boodha. Boodha, what's going on?
Y'all? What's up, man? It's an honor to be here. Streets to Success, man. Listen, I got the jacket on, I got the merch on, but it's really for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to bless y'all and take my bird holiday today.
My man,
y'all play for
ready.
He's converting over to Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
Perfect timing, too.
No, and it's crazy because I want to just take it back a little bit. It's not something that I just, jumping on the bandwagon because y'all winning and stuff. It's actually been brewing since 2018's championship.
Because we winning, because you're a part of us now.
Winning definitely a
you're
big part of
city.
us, man.
The city's
It's
winning.
the city, and then his family is I'm making my, my ancestors proud. I got to watch, I got to watch the championship 2018 with my dad. He was on his deathbed. You feel me?
Man.
Couldn't talk or nothing, but I saw him crack a smile. You feel me? So it was to the point damn, I know now. And another reason I wanted to do on Streets to Success, because y'all, obviously the title, right? I feel as though the Cowboys, the owner and all them, they remind me of the government. You feel me?
Yeah.
They be on some the thing for the culture is not a good feeling. So it's just it's only right. You know what I'm saying?
So we're going to get into a little bit through your story, right? This is going to be about you, but right now it's about the Eagles. It's about the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm ready.
We're going to get into your story, but why? That's the question. Early on, it was forced upon me to be a Cowboys fan. My godmother was a Dallas Cowboys fan, so the first couple years of me cheering for football was the Dallas Cowboys.
This is some new stuff. I ain't never heard this before.
But they out there, bro. There's a lot
it's
of
a lot of
Cowboys
people.
fans.
I know a lot of people.
It's a
I know a lot of
That's-
people.
They won't admit it.
But then once I started going to school and playing sports and all more, I'm hold up, I want to represent my city.
Yeah.
So I'm I can't rock the Cowboys, man.
Right.
And but I secretly kind of rooted for them a little bit still.
See, look, that's respect, though.
But because it used to
Come
be my
on, man.
for real.
For real, got history.
Not now. I don't care. I don't care for them now. But growing
Yeah.
up, they were the team.
And
so
growing up, 3 years old, bro, I'm really if you don't know me, I'm really a football fan. I collected all the football cards, college football, NFL, and Cowboys was just the shit at the time. You feel me?
Yeah.
All my family, my dad, all of them, diehard Eagles fans.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I was misguided or they just kind of let me do what I wanted to do. But
They
the whole
was
family,
misguided, man.
yeah, we play twice a year. You know what I'm saying? So I had everything in my room, Cowboys down. I'm talking about bed sheets.
who was your favorite
everything.
player from the Cowboys back
Emmett
then?
Smith, 22, because that's my birthday.
Yeah.
22. My cousin by marriage used to also play for the Cowboys. His name Blair Thomas. So that I don't know if that was another reason, but the star, everything caught my eye.
Yeah.
I feel like back in the day with sports teams too, you used to have favorite teams that weren't from the city. Your basketball team might have been LA or it might have been the
for sure.
Suns. But now I feel like the older you get, you just gotta put your city in the back.
Yeah, for sure. It's only right, though, especially in the position I'm in. I'm damn, I gotta rock for the city because, for one, all my family, like I said, friends, seeing everybody celebrate and seeing the parade and stuff, it just bring unity. You feel me? All different type of people.
When did you start to see you losing interest to be a Cowboys fan and started growing to being an Eagles fan? What time?
Like I said, 2018, the Eagles they was playing with the swag because I used to play football. They was playing with a swag that, I respected, the players and the fan base. Everybody was just in on it. And I love the Phillies, I love the Sixers, I love the Flyers. So then it's I'm the eyeball when it comes to football. You feel me? So this not an easy thing to do. Trust me, being a Cowboys fan, diehard Cowboys fan, it's not gonna be easy, even going into next year. But a friend of mine, her name Lee, shout out to Lee. I lost a bet to her in 2022 when y'all went to the Super Bowl. I lost a bet that I had become an Eagles fan. I had to sign a contract for 1 year. So
You lost that bet on purpose.
No, the bet was that it was beginning of the season that if the Cowboys made it to the championship, NFC championship, or if the Eagles was gonna make it, and obviously I lost, so I had to sign a real contract for just a year. So it was brewing for me to become an Eagles fan. I feel you feel me?
Yeah. So can we get that off? Can we take that
Oh,
off
And
right
then,
now?
and then look, my brother-in-law, everybody else telling me in my DMs, in order for you to really become it, I gotta do the chant or the say the name of it. What y'all do? The EAG.
Yeah. So do you know the song?
I don't know the whole song. Yeah,
You know
so
the
I could
song?
just do that.
Can you put a song up on your phone? Go to YouTube.
Damn, man.
All right, let's put a song up.
And I'm not gonna burn the gear. I'm promised I'm gonna donate it to
Someone in
somebody
Texas?
Yeah, I got some hats. I got some gloves, candles. I got
All right, so
everything.
we're going through the
Cowboys,
chant,
so.
and then we're going through the song, and then we're going to do the chant.
All right. Man, I can't believe
It's real
it, but
life.
It's real life. It is what it is. And I can't
Nah,
fake the
he's
feeling.
gonna donate it.
I'm gonna donate it. I can't fake the feeling though. It's like,
That's it. Here we go.
y'all gonna sing it with me?
Yeah, I'm gonna sing it with you.
Alright, bet.
Yeah, I'm gonna sing with you. You gotta take that jacket off while you
No,
sing
for
it
sure.
though.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna
High Eagles fly. Start taking it off. On the road to victory. Fly, Eagles fly. Score a touchdown. 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low. Hit 'em high. And watch the Eagles fly.
Let's go.
Fly, Eagles with the hat.
Love it.
On the road to victory. Ready?
EAGLES Eagles. Let's go.
pretty good.
He got his bread hot up.
Sunday.
Welcome to the Bird Game.
Welcome to the Bird Game.
It's real too. Yeah, it feel alright. It's like I said, it's gonna be a little bit hard to process going into next year and stuff, but eventually I'm Eagles fan. No going back. You feel
Yeah.
me? That's my word. No going back.
It's a great franchise to cheer for, man. Ever since Jeffrey Lurie took over in, I think, like 94, 96, like, he really cares about this team. Like, he puts the right people.
Howie too.
right.
Yeah. And they
We
care,
got
like I
one of the
said,
best
it's
GMs,
like
man.
they care about like the fans, the culture, the city. You know what I'm saying? They ain't just about money or about
So that's what you
opportunity.
think that Dallas was about? They're just more about money?
They
and-
was more about, they was self-centered. Like I said, they remind me of the government. Like the people they bring in over and over. It's not about winning. It's just about keeping
Relationships
that, that
and-
relationship, keeping that connection to being America's team. You know what I'm saying? Like the views. That's all they really care about. People that care about followers and stuff. That's like Jerry Jones and
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? Because we always get good players and they get traded. Most of them go to the Eagles.
Yeah.
Our coaches, all that. It's like
They don't want to pay him.
yeah, it's weird. So I'm happy to be home, man.
Yeah,
Like
welcome.
yeah, it's for the city.
Let's get it.
Get it.
Now, a little bit about you. Like, now we're going to kick off on your story, your journey, right? You born in Philadelphia? Raised in
Born
Philadelphia?
and raised in Philly, yep.
Okay. So how did it look like growing up for you? Like, what neighborhood? How was your household? What school did you go to? Like, right up to, like, before you hit the streets or got up the curb?
No, absolutely. Born and raised from the Frankford area, 19124 in Frankford area.
Where at Frankfurt?
So they call it Red Brick. You know what I'm saying? It's Fillmore and Tackawanna Street. That's where I originally was born. Then I kind of moved around the corner to Marbury Street. So I got the opportunity just to really, so for one too, like growing up as a kid, my mom, she Asian, she Korean, my dad black. My dad from that area, born and raised too, and he like an OG. My dad had me at 54. So I got kind of like an old soul. So I grew up in a household with my sister, my mom, and my dad. And
How many siblings?
I got 3 other sisters, but we all got the same dad. But just me and my the younger sister that I got is with my mom and my sister that we lived together in Frankfurt. But my whole family from Frankfurt, born and raised.
So
from Frankfurt.
were they together your whole life? Like your mom and dad?
Yep.
Okay.
And it's crazy because you don't see a lot of that in the neighborhoods we from. Like especially my friends and stuff that I had in Frankfurt growing up. A lot of them had one-parent household. I was definitely fortunate to have, even though my dad was like a grandpa age and stuff, but I still had him around to like teach me some morals and stuff like that, give me some guidance.
How was schooling for you?
School, school. I want to say, I kind of was acting out in school because I used to being from where I'm from, like I said, is predominantly black. And my mom, she's Korean, so like going to the Chinese store on the corner with my sister, we used to get not bullied, like how people mess with you, they see something different, you know what I'm saying? So we used to get picked on, called Chinese a lot, all that type stuff. So kind of growing up, I was getting my armor on and kind of being able to come back at your jokes and you know what I'm saying, like so just learning that growing up. Being able to kind of defend myself with that, but I always had tons of friends around me. You know what I'm saying? Always had a lot of people through sports, through football. I played football since I was 5 years old for the Frankfurt Chargers. So I gathered lots of friends, going to schools. I went to Catholic school my first and second grade. Then I got kicked out and went to public school. So I got the best of both worlds. Even witnessing the streets, like being from where you from, I always kind of consider myself like one foot in, one foot out.
How was your grades and all? Like
My
you
grades?
you got good grades or just getting by?
Honestly, I had okay grades. They could have been better, but like I said, I was class clown. I was acting out. I was always a leader, but at the same time, I used to follow dumb stuff just to kind of, I guess, fit in. You know what I'm saying? But my grades was average. Looking back, I feel like they could have been way better.
It's funny you said about being a leader but still following me. Remember we were talking about that on the podcast before? Like, everyone is their own leader and they want to be a trendsetter, but we still do things to try to fit in that, like, normally we wouldn't do.
Right.
It's crazy. But, yeah, so what high school did you go to? Frankford,
Frankford High School. Everything Frankford from elementary to high school, all Frankfurt schools. Like,
what was the name of the Frankfurt school, the elementary?
Elementary, I went to Stern Elementary. I wanted to go to Smetley, so Smetley is like closer to my hood. My mom like, nah, you ain't gonna be with your friends in there getting in trouble. So I went to the other neighborhood school that's on the other side of Frankfurt. And then I went to Hardin Middle School. That's like smack dab in the middle of Frankfurt. Everybody go through Hardin. Went to Hardin, yeah. So
Sean McGuire.
Okay, I think I knew a Sean McGuire. Yeah, that name definitely sound familiar for sure. But yeah, Hardin Middle School, and then I graduated and went to Frankfurt High School.
How was life after high school, after you graduated?
Life after high school.
Like, did you have goals, something set to the side, like, yo, I'm going to go to college or I'm going to pick up a trade, or did you get into the streets? How was it for you?
So mine was kind of the opposite. My 12th grade, my 11th and 12th grade year was real unique because I was able to get the opportunity to have something different, like to get me out my comfort zone that was on my roster, and that was culinary arts. So, like I said, I didn't know nothing about culinary arts.
Yeah.
They just threw it on, you know how you get it thrown
crazy.
on your roster.
Where you go? Oh, you took it up in school?
In Frankfurt, yeah.
Oh,
So Frankfurt got people don't know, they got one of the top culinary art programs that get over like 20 students a year, full-time scholarships and stuff. So
that's tough.
So it was just like, no lie, bro, like going back and seeing the stuff I do now, it's like everything was preparing me to be this person. You get what I'm saying? To had the connections and had it to learn how to network. You know what I mean? Even if it was on the street level, because like I said, I always grew up kind of one foot in, one foot out. So if I was playing sports and being productive, having summer jobs, but then I play around in the streets a little bit, trying to, hustle and, play around, get in trouble, fights and all that type stuff. So it was kind of like the best of both worlds that I learned from the streets. But high school opened my eyes to like the culinary arts. I had the opportunity. At that year, they sent in a documentary team to shoot a documentary on us. So we was competitive, going to other schools, doing competition, and eventually I got a full-time scholarship for culinary arts. And I played football, got a championship that year, went to the all-pub game, started safety in that game. So I was getting a lot of good opportunities at the same time, me not even realizing it, you know what I'm saying?
Did you use your scholarship?
Yeah, so I only used it. So they sent me, because of my grades and stuff, they sent me to New Hampshire.
Oh,
I went to New Hampshire 2 days after graduation, bro. So I'm young. I'm trying to go back, in the summertime, all your friends, I'm 17, 18. I go to New Hampshire. And it wasn't no regular, it wasn't no school type of, it was more like an apprenticeship. So we go to school 5 in the morning, then got to go cook 50, 100 omelets for people, or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Break down and cook this for 100
Making
people. Yeah, like
stuff.
they gave us a couple dollars, but it was like $6 an hour. Then got to go to class. I hated it up there. It was no phone service. MySpace was out around the time. So it was like I couldn't do nothing. So I think for me, I wanted to rush home.
You were in class at 07?
Yeah, 07, okay. Yeah. 07, yeah. We got a championship. We played Washington.
Dang, that's crazy. Yeah, I went to culinary art school too, Star Career Academy on like Welsh Road and the Bully.
I heard
around the same time too. I was like 18, 19. I just got graduated high school and stuff.
Oh, that's heavy.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's why I'm like, dang.
So it's still a passion. It's still a passion for you.
In the house.
In the house, right?
Yeah.
That's something that'll stick with me though. Like always, like it was a passion because I always watch the Food Network channel.
Okay.
I always watch all them shows and the competition. I thought that, when you're young, you want to be a football player. You want to be, the top-notch stuff. So, like, learning other skills and stuff, it's like, that's why I said everything I learned back then, I'm able to utilize that now on what I do. You know what I'm saying? So,
yep.
So how did that end up going? You end up dropping out, or?
Yeah, I dropped out. Bro, I only gave myself 3 to 4 months. 4 mons, exactly. I called my mom, like, yo, I got to get out of here. Like, I ain't got no phone. I got no friends. I ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? We in the mountains. Is nothing to do out here. Come get me. And then she came and got me 4 months. They drove through up New York. I ain't know it was that close to New York.
Did she try to talk you out of it?
See, I don't think so. I don't remember. I think my mom and them, they used to kind of spoil me. You feel me? Like my dad was kind of laid back, reserved. He was an old head. You know what I'm saying? They might have tried to tell me to give it a try, but I think their expectations of me was like, damn, you got a scholarship. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was like amazing for me because I didn't even think of culinary arts or even thinking of getting a scholarship. Like I said, my grades was to the point where Frankford was like the school of you. Not just popular, but if you're doing something like, you know, playing football, if you're being productive in other ways, you could kind of get over on other classes. And, you know what I'm saying? School was kind of like, Frankfurt wasn't super strict on you. So it was kind of just having it our way. And I drop out in 4 months. She came and got me. I come back to the city. I enrolled immediately in CCP. But then that's when kind of like the streets kind of, you know what I mean? Took me in a little bit more on my fixations of what I wanted and stuff. You know what I'm
So do you
saying?
think that was because it was what you were around now? Like you were still 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You had a little bit of school with CCP, but then you still had a little taste of the streets too. So you were
Absolutely,
CCP
bro.
like high
CCP
school
like
too.
high school with
Everybody
grown,
went to
but
high
you
school
grown
with.
though. But you
Yeah.
driving. You know what I'm saying? You getting them, you getting them checks coming through,
Yup.
financial aid check.
Yup.
So you feel like you grown, but you really at that age of 18, 19, you lost. You trying to figure out life. You know what I'm saying? Like you not understanding your future. You're not even looking 5 years from now. So you kind of still living day by day. And that my mindset was really just let me try to make money, live the fast life, and just have fun. It was all about fun and stuff when you that young. So CCP really was just like a part of my life too that I didn't take serious. That
how long were you there for?
I did a year at CCP. Yeah, I did a full year, but I didn't get no degrees. I didn't. You know what I'm saying?
What did you? What can you look back at now and say that you took from it then?
From CCP?
Yeah, like if you had to, like, you know, you already spent the time going there for a year. What do you think now you pulled from that experience?
Definitely connections.
Connections.
Like everywhere I went, like no lie, even like dating back to Little League football and stuff, it's like the people you meet and the people you get to know, it's all gonna, you know, turn around when you create a business or you're an entrepreneur or anything in life. Whatever you do in life, these people is part of your network, you know what I'm saying? Part of your connections. And I got to learn that. Like I met people in CCP that I could still connect with to the day, you know what I'm saying? Or not in New Hampshire, because I ain't really meet nobody, but just going around these different places and seeing, like I said, getting out my comfort zone, I was able to really learn and understand, like, different people, you know what I'm saying? Like, even I study different people, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about race, religion, or none of that. I really just care if you genuine and I get to know you, and then we could utilize our connections and resources.
What did you take up when you was in CCP?
I took I believe just liberal arts, and then I took a tech class. This one, tech was just like kind of new, like learning about computers and all that type of stuff. So I took that up, and like I said, I really used it like high school, bro. Like I missed classes sometimes and run the streets. That's where I really say had 1 foot in, 1 foot out, because that's when I really was kind of like just trapping a little bit, selling little stuff, getting, you know what I mean, doing a little stuff and going to school. And then I remember getting a job using my culinary arts certificates and stuff, because you get like safe search certificate. You also learn other skills. So I always kept a job, even if I was hustling and doing the wrong stuff. Always kept like a little job too, to just to kind of keep me balanced. You know what I'm saying?
So when you dropped out of CCP or you left, whatever, what was your plans or what did you end up doing out there?
So when I dropped out, immediately when I dropped out, I caught a case. I caught a drug case. Yeah.
Drug case,
Caught a
possession.
drug case, possession,
with
intent
intent?
to delivery. Yeah. Caught a case, and then when I bailed out of that,
And how old are you at this time?
20.
20?
Yeah,
Okay.
20 years old.
What you was
yeah.
selling, Buddha?
Crack.
Correct.
Yeah, crack.
Okay.
But I used to always sell everything, meaning like good positive stuff too. Like growing up, I sold my cousin dad worked at a warehouse factory. This one, like the white tees was popping, so we used to sell the white t-shirts around every holiday, whatever was going on. Like 4th of July, I'm selling fireworks. You feel me? Like
right.
always got my hands on some
Hustler.
stuff.
Was a
Yeah,
hustler.
always was a hustler. So the drug stuff kind of just came on a natural tip of hustling. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't something that. It's crazy. I'm gonna tell y'all a story. I started off selling weed, like mostly everybody. And when they say gateway drug, even though they talking about like your get high gateway, it's really a gateway drug if you getting into the streets for real too. Yeah. So like I was selling marijuana at the time, and you know this, I'm just like 14, 15. So this going to school, playing sports, still going home, being, you know, with the family and stuff, and then trying to lay that other side of making fast money. And I promised myself, I said, yo, I promise I'm never gonna touch crack or graduate to crack ever in my life. It's destroying people. I already knew right from wrong. You feel me? It destroyed people. It's not right. It's gonna get and it's gonna get me too fast to the money, and it's gonna get me somewhere I don't want to be. I knew all this.
Yeah.
Got the opportunity, it fell in my lap, and I still did it. You feel me? And I caught them cases right after dropping out of CCP.
So you had one case?
I had
you
two
made
back
bail.
to back.
So you had one case, you made bail.
Yeah,
and you caught another one while you're out on bail.
Same week. Yep.
Same week.
Yep, different county. Yep. So I'm
Different
fighting
county.
two
I was
cases,
thinking
yep.
maybe they was watching you and you went right back to the same spot.
Different county. Yeah, the second one was kind of just on some.
What county?
The first one was Bucks County.
Okay, and the second one wasn't
Philly. Yep, Philly. Just
so now you got
walking
two
down the
open
street.
cases,
Two open
two
cases.
crack cases, possession with intent.
Yep, same.
What are you thinking about now?
So you know, I don't know if a lot of people had this mindset, but they'd be like, I'm never going to get court.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm smart, I'm outsmarting them, doing right. Cause like I told you, I always had a little job, did a little this. I took little breaks. You know what I'm saying? Saved my money or spent my whatever, and it came to a point where I hit rock bottom. Like damn, like spending the night in that night before you get bailed out, you don't know what's gonna happen. You see the hardship it put on your parents. Them trying to scrape up the money, get your lawyer, or them even noticing or just getting introduced to you selling drugs. That's like the first time my parents probably really knew like I sold drugs. 'Cause I never gave them that impression. You know what I'm saying? I used to just be outside all day with my friends running. Back in the day we ain't had social media. We ain't have all those things, so it was just like a shock to everybody. Like, damn, he sold drugs, and I really didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had to do that. I had opportunities to get a job. I had other opportunities. It was just something that I wanted. Like,
Were you smoking weed or anything at the time?
I smoke occasionally. I wasn't like a big super weed smoker, but occasionally, yeah.
Did your parents know about that or not?
Probably not. Yeah. Back in the day, you had to hide the smoke. Like,
you had to hide.
You couldn't bring it in the crib. One little whiff of it. It was like, so back in the day, nah, not really smoking crazy. Just probably on the weekends when you go out and stuff like that with your friends. But yeah.
So you out on bail now for two different crack cases.
Right.
Where you go from there?
I go from right after that losing my best friend to the streets. Yeah, right next to me. Yeah. I'm 20. I'm about to be turned 21. This actually happened February 19th. And my birthday is on the 22nd, so it's really like we going out to celebrate. We at the neighborhood bar, chilling, everybody. You see all your friends and family, just having a good time. And something just, an incident just went off.
Yeah.
A miscommunication, something probably over a girl. I really don't know exactly what it was over, but it happened in a blink of an eye, and that kind of like changed everything. You feel me? Because I'm with this person all day long, every day. And he walked. I remember him walking a little bit more down. We in a little bar. He walking just a little bit more down. I just see him like, damn, what you doing back here? Oh, I'm just coming to talk to somebody real quick, and then hear the gunshot go off. It sounded like a balloon pop. And you see everybody scattered out the little bars, crowded in there. And my back and my other friend, we still like against the wall, just on some bracing ourselves. We don't know what's going on. We know we safe though. Like I said, everybody kind of knew each other. Then once it clear out, you see my best friend on the ground. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Pick him up, put him in my car. We take him to the hospital, get him there in like 2 minutes. Come to find out, the hospital, Frankford Hospital, they don't deal with trauma at all. Yeah, and we don't know that. We 20 years old.
Did they put him in the back of the ambulance?
Huh?
Did they put him in the back of the ambulance after that?
So I ain't gonna lie, when I drop him off, I kind of like disappeared. You feel me? Because I already know they about to question me and stuff. Yeah, and all that. So I left my car with my cousin. I kind of disappeared, kind of like, I don't know what I was on, but I remember once I got the call that they transferred him to Frankfurt Tourisdale. They said he was good. They like, yo, he's stable. And mind you, he like a 6 foot linebacker, all state linebacker. He home from college break, you know what I'm saying? So when he got shot, like we put him in the car, he not crying or nothing, he not talking, but he only got shot once. So I'm thinking he good, he gonna eat that, you feel me? So got the call that he was unstable. So we shoot up to the Frankfurt Tourisdale. I hear a loud scream, bro. As soon as I get in there, his mom yelling top of his lungs, bro, saying he passed away. So they let me, his mom, and my other friend up to go see his body. Mind you, we with him all day, you feel me? Like, all day long. So we seeing that, bro, it was like,
that was a very traumatic experience, I'm sure.
Yeah, I see that.
When you picked him up to put him in the car, what was going through your mind? I just got to get him.
No, it's crazy because I didn't even have my car at first. I drove with him. My crib right around the corner, but I misplaced my wallet. And I think I was trying to like get a watch or something. So I'm like, yo, I'm about to go around the corner, look for my wallet. Come to find out I was in my car. I'm like, I'm just gonna pull my car around. So that was kind of like in my mind too. The second thing was in my mind was like, damn, I kind of forced him to kind of party with me or to stay with me. You know what I'm saying? Because he left and then he came back. So I was putting that on my conscience. It was a lot of stuff.
Was he conscious at the time? What, like as you were taking him, or he passed out right away?
His eyes was open, but they was he wasn't crying, but they was watery. He wasn't talking.
It's crazy because I had the same experience. I got shot before, so the ambulance never came. My girl at the time, and my brother threw me in the back of the car and took me to Episcopal. They didn't have a trauma unit there. So from Episcopal, and I already passed out by the time I got to Episcopal. I remember just seeing red lights in the back of the car. But then from Episcopal, they took me to Temple, and they're putting blood in me on the ride there because I was bleeding out. Like I hit my leg, and it hit the main artery. But I don't remember after they put me in the back of the car. I guess I passed out. I don't.
Did you feel the pain though? Like, or I heard your adrenaline like kind of take over?
No, I didn't feel the pain. I just couldn't walk. Like I had to scoot against the wall because I couldn't. Every time I try to get up, I'm like, nope, I can't walk. And I'm just sitting there. But they called 911. The ambulance never came. I'm like, how long are we gonna wait? They threw me in the back of the car, drove me to Episcopal, which is probably 5 blocks away. But I didn't even remember getting to Episcopal. I just remember seeing red lights. Like I'm in the back of the car, just seeing a bunch of red lights go. That's the last thing I seen until I woke up. And then
You was praying in your mind?
What?
Do you remember like praying or anything?
No, I remember when I woke up, I had all these machines hooked up to me because here when it hit an artery, it also hit a piece of my intestine. So it hit my leg, then it hit my stomach. So I had a colostomy bag. My leg was up in the air because I was like bleeding out the bottom of my foot. They had to cut my leg open. It was crazy from one shot.
One shot, yeah.
One shot. I woke up. I'm like, oh, this. I thought I was gonna go. They're gonna pull it out, stitch it up. I'm cool. I had to learn how to walk again. I had to get a colostomy bag for 6 months, and I had to go back for surgery to get it out, and like they had to stitch me up. Yeah,
and that's blessings because I always look at it like when traumatic things happen to different people, somebody could have died off, like you said, off that leg shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or then somebody gets shot 13 times and live and
survive.
survive.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it be. I just know that we here on this earth at one time. You feel? We only got one time to do this. You know what I'm saying? So
you gotta appreciate it.
Yeah, you gotta appreciate life.
Can happen.
Exactly. Anything happen.
Something happened around, and I don't want to get off your story, but something happened around the corner. This dude was working for Pep Boys or AutoZone. He driving with the material in the back of his truck. It's 7 a.m. They stole a car from Home Depot. He just driving through the green light. They blow the red light. Boom. He was an Eagles fan. Big Eagles fan. Yeah, it was on. Yeah,
It was on the news.
I'm saying you witnessed that?
No.
You saw it on the news.
But I'm saying like that's how this just going to work 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
he just dies.
No, yeah.
He not even in nothing. He not in a bar. Like I know some situations you're in. Like I know when I went down that parade, something might pop off.
Right.
Be ready to leave. But you're just going to work.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. And it could be little detours in your morning. You know how you can't, like for me, I wear glasses. So when I can't find my glasses, that delay me like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I be asking her like, yo, where my glasses? It's every day. So I'm like, dude, is that delaying me 20 minutes? Remember I was telling y'all like I be late everywhere I go. So I don't know if that's on purpose or it's like with time, you gotta, like you said, you gotta appreciate time because you never know your next moves, you don't know. And for me, I try to visualize like everything. I don't know if it's like, it's weird, bro. Like even before I got to the podcast, I try to sit down and visualize in my head like what it's gonna look like. You know what I'm saying? What we gonna be talking about, the setup, all that, because I try to just, I don't know.
Anticipate what's to come.
Yeah, anticipate what's to come. But like you said, even at the parade, you gotta know how to move. I know y'all both been in jail and stuff, or wherever you go. It's like if you know how to move and you just a good person and you know you live right, you try. Of course, we gonna make mistakes. You know what I'm saying?
You better your odds though.
Yeah, you better your odds because you're not a dude that's just on nut stuff. You know what I'm saying? But we make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of your decisions, like especially when you're going through pain, you can go through wrong decisions. You can have a wrong decision when you're going through pain. Then you could make right decisions when you're going through pain. So it's really like the stuff you overcome, the pain you overcome to become where you want to go at. You know what I'm saying? So I always looked at that person of me like, damn, who am I to people where I can go in different rooms and sit in different rooms and, you know what I mean, be able to be relatable to people or people gravitate to me. It's just like the person I am. Like I said, I ain't perfect. I made a lot of mistakes, bro, that I'm trying to, now, as a man, trying to, patch together and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So listen, You out on bail for 2.
Yo, listen.
He grind me up every time I make my videos. He be like, bro,
That's your
why you keep
signature?
telling people?
It is now.
That's your signature, though.
Yeah,
It is now.
And all men too.
I'm listening.
I'm getting a
Right.
T-shirt. You should cop up. I'm gonna get a T-shirt with his head. It's gonna say, "Yo, listen," like with the
that's-
MTV. Yo,
Yeah, with the
nut.
bubble, with
Yep,
the little cloud.
uh-huh.
Yeah, that's a good drawing.
All right, so listen.
I'm listening. I'm tuned in. I'm listening. I'm
Nah,
listening.
so where we go from here? You out on bail for two court cases.
Yeah.
Your best friend died. Was that your aha moment to be like, yo, this street stuff I gotta get away from? Like, this ain't it.
It was all back to back too.
Yeah.
Like all back to back to the point where it's like those signs. So after my man passed, we was kind of like on reckless time as far as not being vengeful for his death, because that person had wound up getting court like right away. But we was going at it with the bar that allowed us to be in there. Mind you, we in the bar every week, you feel me? But we young.
Yeah.
They ain't partners or nothing, you know what I'm saying? So we just going against them for a little bit. But in destruction, like I'm talking about busting windows, all that type stuff. So I was always kind of just like, I ain't gonna say destructive, but I was kind of trying to justify my actions through what was going on. You feel me? So when he passed away, I kind of like, that was the person that was gonna be there for me while I do my little bit. Because I wound up taking my deal, doing my 11 months, and then I still was fighting my Philly case at the, at
but
that.
Bucks gave you 11 months
11 and a half months.
for your first case ever.
In the
They don't
county.
yeah, because they got 90% conviction rate up there.
So you took a deal.
Yeah.
That's why
They got-
everybody be
yeah.
copping out.
It was, bro, I was court red-handed.
So you went to
feel me?
college again.
Yeah, I went to college. That's exactly what it is. It's college. But look, even like that,
That's how you look
meet,
at it.
Yeah, you meet up there. You meet people from Bristol. You meet people from you got a small amount of Philly people. You got Bucks County people. You got Bristol people, and you got Trenton people. So you got all these different
Then
people up
Salem,
there.
Croydon.
Yeah, you got all these different neighborhoods that you don't even know about. But you meeting people, and I kind of met a core of people that was around my age. I met an Asian dude that I still talk to this day. He got life. But I met some core people that kind of was dropping gems and stuff, giving me jewels and just learning from them. And then, by me coming home, I kind of structured my plan, you know what I'm saying, on what I wanted to do. But yeah,
So
that was
listen-
college for sure up there. Good food, everything.
Commissary twice a
Yeah,
week.
expensive though. It's expensive.
Oh, so basically you did the 11 months all
Yeah.
straight in the county, no
Yeah.
upstate.
No, but I had to go back and forth to Philly.
While you're fighting the other one?
Fighting, yeah, they ain't want to run it together, nothing
What
like
the
that.
Philly give you?
They gave me a year house arrest. Yeah.
So you come home to house arrest.
Come home to house arrest, yeah. And
So 2 years of
probation,
your
and
life,
parole.
basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang.
Yep, on house arrest.
No-
but I
no-
only did probably like 8 months of
Any
it.
violations? Anything?
No violations. And then they give you the 5-year probation afterwards. So you got to walk that off. So no violations.
And you walked
at
that
all.
off too.
Walk that off, yeah. Because that was
Good.
the time, as soon as I came home, I was really just my mindset was kind of transitioning now. You know what I'm saying? On everything that, like I said, learning, because I forgot to tell y'all too, me and my friends used to throw parties. Parties was the big thing back in like 208, 209, 207, 208, 209. So we was throwing parties, putting our money up, doing the promotion, doing the marketing, getting the posters, flyers, all that type stuff, and then having successful parties too. So that was another hustle that, this a little bit, I think MySpace just came out. So we was learning how to utilize doing the code and learning how to utilize, social media and stuff. But before that, it was like we already was people that's catching a bus everywhere, riding our bikes everywhere. So really like going out meeting people. That's all it was about, for real.
That's what's up. All right, so you house arrest, county bed. Where you go from there? You jump into the nonprofit world, or
Did I jump right into it after? So I remember house arrest, still a little bit street stuff happening. Little stuff happened. Little altercations happen. That maybe I'm not just involved, but your friends and your family kind of pull you into certain stuff too because you want to rock with them, or you know what I'm saying. So
yeah.
it was a little bit of that. And I remember I couldn't find a job nowhere because I was really trying to tighten up. Seriously,
Yeah.
I was on some shit like my mom and dad taking that trip up Bucks County every week, putting money on my books, and we use that excuse when you running the streets and you hustling. Like when they ask you, what you doing this for? You be like, I'm doing it for my family. Really, you doing it for yourself, your selfish desires and your own temptations and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because if you was doing it for your family, it's going to take way more.
You put them in a position to worry.
Exactly, and it take way more out of them. It take money from them. When you catch
Yeah.
them cases and stuff, it's like, yo, they gotta do lawyers, they gotta show up, commissary, all that stuff. Really, it's negative. It's
stressful.
It's ass, yeah, you hustling ass backwards. So, and then my pop was getting older, so I was on the tip like, I ain't trying to catch no more cases. You know what I'm saying? I'm really trying to tighten up. I don't got no problem working. I always like was a hard worker, but I just couldn't get no job with them felonies. You feel me? Like something that I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? House arrest, I worked at Chick-fil-A for a little bit. You feel me? So I wasn't ashamed to work, bro. Like, I grind. You feel me? Like, I got stuff to take care of. So I wasn't ashamed of the actual job duties. It was just that I touched a lot of money to the point where it's like, all right, I know my worth. I want to be able to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I did so much. I didn't even know what entrepreneurship was at the time. You get what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know this whole time I'm planning to be an entrepreneur. So it really was just like with the wake up call was unbelievable, bro. It was a real wake up call. Not just, I know it sound cliche. You do your time, you learn from it, and then you try to change. But it do help because it sits you down. You know what I'm saying? Then when you lose your friends left and right, you lose your friends to the streets, you lose your friends to the jails over and over. You know what I'm saying? You with your group of people you grew up with, and they just start disappearing. So it be to a point where it's like, yo, I gotta break this cycle, bro. Like, I grew up with 40 people around me. Now it's only like 15 of y'all, you know what I'm saying? And I'm really seeing y'all die, pass away and stuff.
Or fiend out.
Yeah, or fiend out, or going to the gallery, getting, rest in peace shirts made. You know what I'm saying? So it was just to a point like, damn, I always been a leader on the field. I always been a leader kind of like in my neighborhood. And you know what I'm saying? It's time to use these same traits that you go through in the streets and your obstacles and stuff you overcome and just put it to something, you know what I mean? Put it to use, put it to something positive. Yo.
What do you remember like a moment exactly when you had that thought, or it just was like over time, just the thoughts kept coming?
Yeah, I'm a visionary, so I always visualize like if it's I have a lot of vivid dreams too. This kind of where when I dream, I have vivid dreams. So I see stuff that was able to allow me to understand, like, all right, maybe you messing up for a reason. So you could be this person that kind of, had one foot in and pull this person out. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I was going through stuff kind of like purposely, I guess. God was, putting me in little places that I shouldn't have been in, but just to learn. You know what I'm saying? And when you make mistakes over and over, it's come to the time you hit rock bottom, and it's like, yo, bro, tighten up. So I remember a time I looked myself in the mirror and I'm like, yo, I gotta tighten up. I gotta switch it up. And that's when kind of like Power Circle and stuff kind of, gave birth to, like around that time. Like I looked in the mirror, I said, yo, I gotta find something I wanna do. But I was introduced to, so to answer your question, what led me to the kind of like my passion and stuff, I was introduced to the nonprofit world when it was a turkey, I think around Thanksgiving, they was doing like a turkey drive. And they needed some volunteers to kind of just pass out some turkeys to, the addresses and stuff. And I remember getting those turkeys, knocking on people's door. I'm like, just from so and so. Here you go. And it was a good feeling.
Felt good.
Yeah, it
right?
felt good. Like, but mind you, the whole time I've been helping people. You know what I mean? You're not even knowing it, but really seeing somebody smile and the family that's in need and stuff, I'm like, damn, I rock with that. You know what I'm saying? So I got the opportunity to work for the company, to work for the nonprofit. Got the opportunity to work for the nonprofit. Just like 2 years after the house arrest and everything, all that stuff is in the past, and I got the opportunity to work for a nonprofit. And working for them,
What was your like job there? Like, what was like your
I was
duties and responsibilities?
Yeah, so they put me in a business called Frankford Community Development. So they really do a lot of development in neighborhoods when it comes to like the businesses and stuff under Frankford Avenue. Okay. So I kind of was managing the cleanup crew that cleans all the whole quarter, that cleans the neighborhood. So I was putting together park cleanups. I was being able to organize my own cleanups, you know what I'm saying? Getting volunteers and kids in the neighborhood and everybody to come clean up a park, and that kind of was starting my journey, you know what I'm saying? Working for that nonprofit, that which made me, wanted to start the mentoring part with the youth and everything.
Okay. Damn, so I ain't gonna lie, bro. You said something crazy as far as you not going away to school and stuff. And it been the whole conversation we've been having, it just, I feel like is a critical time when we graduate from high school and we decide not to go away. And I feel like that was one of my biggest reasons why I started getting into like the streets, diving into the streets even more. I wanted to go to Florida State, but I told myself I don't want to leave my family behind. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I feel like I needed to be there with my family and stick by them. But instead of going away to college, like you said, I was hurting them even more by staying home and getting locked up. So yeah, I definitely commend you, bro, for not only turning your life around, everything you've been through, sticking with this nonprofit. Now, how many years you been doing this so far?
Yo, it's crazy. We had 10 years. Like 2025, we had 10 years. We started everything in 2014, but as we had to kind of, get the paperwork and everything official,
Yeah.
2015. So we really had 10 years. And when I say we, I wanted to definitely shout out my partner. She just passed away a couple months ago. Her name Nafisha Lewis. Me and her started. So she a pioneer in my neighborhood. She an older lady. I grew up with her son and her daughter. Growing up in school together in the neighborhood. She owned a breakfast store. So she was a business owner on the breakfast store. And then when I got the opportunity working for the nonprofit, she kind of already had cahoots with them as far as she used to work on the side and get this. Right now it's called like Work Ready and stuff. I know y'all familiar with Work Ready. Back in the day, I think it was called Youth Works or something. But she used to work with them, and our whole partnership was genuine, bro. It kind of just seeing her walk through the office and sign the kids up with the jobs, and where I was trying to head to, and as far as like forming Power Circle, we kind of just like glued straight away, bro. Like, yo, this the plan. Let's start a mentoring program in the neighborhood. Let's start somewhere. Let's start somewhere where we can go into the school, Frankford High School, and have a program where instead of getting kicked out of school, expelled, or suspended, we'll transition to those kids into our program. You know what I'm saying? They have to come to that class instead of, like I said, instead of getting sent home and stuff. Because when you get sent home, you don't learn nothing. That make it worse.
Yeah.
You be happy. Just like when kids get locked up now, right? And they catch cases, and you see the tablets. They can call home on their tablets. They glorify that.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of, music glorify that, movies glorify it. So, like, going to jail kind of glorify a little bit of, wanting to go or testing it out. And that's the same thing with suspension and going to the ICU room and stuff. It's just a punishment. You get what I'm saying? So, it's something that I feel as though that wasn't effective. So, I remember going to the football field, Frankford football field, preseason, summertime, matter of fact. I'm sorry. What's the 2 of these? I remember going up there. And I was volunteering up there. And this 2015, I see all the kids rapping crazy. This one, like that Chicago drill rap, was like a real influence, and the slang was different. They cursing at
we
the...
was upstate
Yeah,
around
they
that
cool.
time,
Y'all was
huh?
upstate around that
Yeah,
time?
2015.
So y'all probably didn't get to visualize the actual shift of the generation and the culture, but it was more so you see the morals and you see those things coming out, like not existing in the kid's life, like cursing and cursing at the coaches, being disrespectful. Like I said, the music was shifting, and it clicked in my head, like, yo, I want to offer more than me just coming up to the field. Like, yo, let me really, like, I had like about 4 young boys I met, like, oh, let's start doing this class, because Frankford High School turned me and Miss Nafisha down. They like, no, we're not ready for this type program. We don't want it here. We're not ready. So our pivot was, let's get the like a local rec center. I got 4 boys. Now I got a couple nephews and stuff. We got 6 now, and now we got a couple other people coming now off the football team. And we started like that from like 10 kids, and now we kind of wanted to go into a brand. We turned it into a brand, because now we buying T-shirts to give away to the kids. We buying flyers to market. We doing banners. We hosting events, and now it's to the point like, oh, let's turn this into a brand. You feel me? We doing all this. Let's cut out the middleman, get our own machines, get our own equipment, and now we can funnel something, like we can teach this entrepreneurship to the kids, because that's one of my biggest things in my journey, right? In 2014, 2015, Instagram is obviously popping now. I kind of saw Philly shift into the entrepreneurship where everybody was like, the word was just out there. Everybody building a business. They t-shirt companies. You start seeing a lot of young entrepreneurs, hustlers in Philly start to do their thing. And I got the kids and the mentor thing going on around the same time. So I'm like, yo, how do I bridge the gap between getting these businesses to commit to helping the community, you know what I'm saying? To commit to, and at the same time, it's going to help give exposure to these brands. Because the community is the people that, support you. So we having events now, but we holding these people accountable. Like, yo, send me some of that donation, send me some of that merch. We'll put you on we having career days in school. So now you're going to see 500 kids be introduced to who you are. So that was working. And we kind of capitalized off of that with Power Circle. So it was more than just a mentoring program. It was more that we was building a brand around it, building, fundraising around it in a different way. And then it was just really learning, bro. Like, no lie, I ain't going into it on no business tip. I really went into it on
wanting to help.
My heart, like my passion. And
is that the same name? You still use that same name today?
Power Circle, yep. Power Circle. We got that name, so me and Ms. Nah came up with that name. We were searching for a lot of names. We searching for different names and stuff. And the power part, I remember Meek and Rick Ross, they dropped a song called Power Circle, but this was just coincidental. But we just did it on some like, all right, we gonna form a circle. Like when we have our programs, we're gonna be in a circle because we want to make the kids understand that all of us are equal. You know what I'm saying? A circle is equal. We want to make sure we get equal opportunities to them with these kids getting out in the suburbs. You feel me? Or we want to have equal opportunities. So where now when you step out in them streets, you got a decision to make that say, all right, now I can choose this. I got an option to go do right or get this job. You feel me? Yeah. Or I got this option that I can go left. And you know what I'm saying? So the power part was just the power in it. You feel me? So yeah, that was a name that we stuck with. We added the mentors onto it a year later because the mentoring part was important. That we not only just mentor the kids, but we introduce them to becoming mentors, you know what I'm saying, eventually when they get older and they can just, they keep going and going. So who mentored y'all through this whole process? Because I'm pretty sure like the nonprofit world can get a little tricky. Like who was helping y'all through this whole process? Tricky ain't the word, but working for the CDC, and I always commend them, like even introducing me into the game, you know what I'm saying? Because I say this every time too in interviews, like I never in a million years would have wrote this down on my goals and say, yo, I'm gonna be in the nonprofit world, or I'm gonna be a CEO of a nonprofit, or I'm gonna be even public speaking and getting on stage and doing all that stuff. I never had that in my game plan in a million years. So I always be amazed that, like these days I get opportunities. I'm always blessed, bro. Like I be so grateful and thankful because it's still like day one for me. You know what I'm saying? So this back to like the Power Circle stuff, it was to the point where it's like, yo, I'm still in disbelief that I'm in this position. You know what I'm saying? What was the question? I forgot the question.
Basically, who was mentoring you?
So like I said, I'll definitely commend the CDC because having access to that, that office space and being in those meetings and learning the nonprofit world, taking my, self-educating myself to kind of, learn what the nonprofit world was too. All those failures and roadblocks that you hit in the first 5 years of nonprofit, it's gonna make you or break you. And for me, it was to the point where like, man, I lost all my life. You feel me? Like, you feel me? This ain't nothing new. So it was just learning from your mistakes and going with the flow, bro. Really going with the flow. Like seriously, like waking up, just going with the flow.
Not quitting either.
Not quitting, yeah, bro. It's so many obstacles that we've been through, bro, as a nonprofit. And like I said, in the first 5 years, we didn't take it seriously enough to know the business side of it. We just was going with it, so that's burning through your own pocket. So you working 2 jobs, or you know what I mean? You figuring it out. And the people that really like the mentors, I guess, is the people who support throughout. So it's people that's in and out of this journey. It's a lot of people that I can't even name, but I always remember it's like little support, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Little support come from businesses, family, people you just run into. It might be a Lyft driver that you might just be talking to and be like, oh yeah, I would love to donate and feed these kids for this night. You know what I'm saying? Like, or people just drop off clothes for these kids. So it was a thing where you give and you get, like you give out favors and favors come back. So it was all about I consider those my mentors. I consider looking at other figures like, you know, the people in history, the Malcolm X's and, you know, the Gandhis and all the other world leaders, like just seeing how they move. I'm big on documentaries, so just realizing like the way marketing works. And I saw a documentary called, what is called? I think it's like the Tyrant or something it's called. Like all the top evil world leaders, right? And they had a joint with Hitler was one of them, right? And they showed that Hitler back in the day was showing his logo on every flag, everywhere he went. They made that logo seen in your face, bro. Like, so the more people see it, the more your logo. So it was just like learning like from history, good or bad, and just being able to kind of utilize it where we trying to get at. And where we was trying to get at, bro, what we still trying to do is really show these kids or the youth that, listen, you gonna make mistakes, bro. Nothing gonna be perfect in life. But we all trying to figure it out together. So let's build this circle and let's get it together. We're gonna have bumps and bruises, but we're gonna overcome it. And you're gonna be able to have that equal opportunity that other neighborhoods got. You feel me? Like this ain't nothing stopping us. I always tell them, growing up from the hood, bro, or growing up from the streets, you always like, it's like the diamond in the rough, bro. You ain't hear from no silver spoon, but it's a way better feeling making it because you endure so much. You endure so much pain that you can be able to get through whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
and your appreciation will be higher too.
Higher, bro. Yeah. Super grateful.
So
bro.
Is there any? So you said you've been doing it for 10 years. Is there any kids you've seen that like these past 10 years that just grew and flourished? Like, and you're like, damn, like I remember when he was still lost or he still, you know, came to me for help. Now he's doing his own thing.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. And it comes to the point where it's not like so. I want to ask y'all this too before I go into that answer. So it's the streets to success, right?
Yeah.
What's y'all definition on success? That word success, and it can be your own. You know what I mean? Your own personal.
Everyone's gonna have their own definition.
Right. So what's y'all definition?
Just being resilient and being able to make it through any type of adversities and still come out on top. You mean no matter what? You mean?
My definition would be like to visualize it and then obtain it, right?
Facts.
So it's what do you see? How do you get to it? And then it's like, you know, there's a way to get to it. You just got to go through it. But for success, for me personally, like just being able to live a righteous life, not looking over my shoulder and making sure my family has everything they need and creating memories, you know, and being positive.
I commend y'all for those answers. That's the point I was trying to come across because a lot of people, you know, you see success and they think of money, they think of the glamorous stuff. And to answer your question, I feel as though with those 10 years, if all those kids now are just still surviving and still striving, then we was able to do our job. You know what I'm saying? We was able to make an impact because a lot of those kids, young men and young women, they still reach out. You know what I'm saying? They always be grateful for us to being able to, you know, be with them for years and kind of guide them through the right way. So those type of things, like even though they might not be super millionaires or super, you know what I mean, they gonna get there or they gonna figure it out.
Just not going to prison or just not shooting at people or being that's successful
evil,
coming from where we come
Absolutely.
from. Just like maintaining.
Yeah. So I feel like all of them right now that's still, you know, just surviving and thugging it out. That's definitely a success story for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to them for sure. Because without them, it wouldn't be no us, and without us, it wouldn't be no them. Because listen, I learn every day from them kids. When I'm around them kids, when I'm around them young people, it'd be for me to really self-educate myself because, you know, we getting older. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of get a little, you know, distance from the culture, what's going on, you know, in the generation. Everything kind of shift and change. So in order for me to kind of still be relatable to them, I learn from them. Like I ask them why y'all do this, what this mean and that. So I keep my youth up the par when I'm always around them, dealing with them 24/7, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's a phone call, like I'm just continually learning and learning.
Because Frank just was saying that. What you was saying, Frank? Your nephews and nieces said something about
Riz.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, when we grew up, Riz is like you calling somebody like, yo, you a rat.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, like, that's back to back?
But what's the new definition of Riz?
Riz is like
charisma.
Charisma.
Oh, charisma?
Like you don't got no game.
Oh, it's
Like, you
game.
don't got
It's
no-
game.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
game.
new. I never heard. We didn't say that
that's
when we was
game.
coming up. You feel me? You
Yeah.
heard that before?
No, that's
Me
what the younger
either.
kids are saying.
That's what they
Riz.
saying. Yeah.
Well,
You heard
right.
it?
Somebody,
You heard him
I
say-
heard. I just,
yeah.
yeah, I did hear that, but I didn't know the actual definition. Damn, I heard
Yeah,
a
we
word
getting
yesterday.
old.
They said I can't even repeat it because I don't remember it. But they got words every day. Like, and sometimes they be negative. They be super
Yeah.
negative. I'm like, bro, I don't even be listening to music no more for real. Like certain music and stuff, my ears change and all. I'm like, man.
Well, really, it's what are you getting out of listening to that music, right?
Yeah, what you consuming? Yeah, for sure.
I listen to music now to work out, but if I had memories with that music, growing up, we got our feelings and memories are attached to some songs and stuff. But now I don't I can't get anything out of listening to music these days because it's like a waste of my time and it's really pollution.
No, it is.
Even like the good music, there's like hidden messages and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
Every
crazy,
time we get in
yo.
the car, he putting Taylor Swift on.
That's you.
Be like, bro,
Bro,
what
that's
you?
you. That is you.
But I be trying to
Yo,
open my
stop
ears.
lying.
No,
What's that one song? Go ahead, go through your phone right now.
Get
Yeah.
out of here.
No, so you be wanting to open
He's a
your ears up.
Swiftie,
Y'all want
yeah.
to open your ears up to other
Yeah, he's
things,
a
right?
Swiftie.
You
Like,
know when you see when you go upstate, right, Boodha, you forced to listen to particular music. It ain't no rap or none of that. Like when you transitioning to when they sending you to the jail that you gonna do your time at. So you gotta listen to
station.
radio. You
Right, the
listening to
radio.
pop, country, all that. So you listen to Taylor Swift so many
But
times.
then, so do you?
Yeah,
What she be
I'm
saying?
looking
No,
Do she-
he be skipping in the yard talking about I'll write your name. I'm like, what are you
Is it hot
talking
though?
about?
Is it
Taking it
hot?
too
Is it
far.
hot though? Is it hot?
Like, and I'll write your
Yeah.
name.
It's hot.
Yeah,
So-
like blank space. All of those, like, they my Jones, bro.
Yeah.
We
No,
made a
I-
video singing in the car. He was singing with me. That joint wound up going viral
Yeah,
too.
so that's what I'm
he
saying,
trying to act
man,
like he ain't a Swiftie,
Yeah,
man.
you get older, your ears change. And I tell the youngest this all the time. What y'all consuming now, right? Y'all don't understand. Like for real, money and all that stuff don't mean nothing until you get out of high school, until you really, independent and doing your own thing. But what y'all consuming now is building up what y'all gonna be. So the food y'all eating, the drugs, the
TV,
the
the
music,
movies,
the TV, all that stuff is y'all consuming. So now when y'all get to that 19, 20 age, it's like you feel toxic and now you trying to, like, I always tell them, I say, y'all about to get into the streets, right? When y'all be listening to old heads and seeing them fail or seeing them get booked, they be trying to get out of the streets. So y'all don't, like, that don't click in your mind that, yo, this joint is a one-way road that you going to want to make a U-turn.
Yeah.
Because there ain't no straight road that you going to be super, you know what I mean? Get straight
Yeah.
successful with it. No, it ain't happening like that. But
It's crazy because I read this quote not too long ago. It came across my feed, and if I'm not mistaken, it said the price you pay for the decisions you make today will determine the cost of your future. And that's true, real rap.
no,
Like
for sure.
every small little decision that we make daily leads up to
Yeah.
what we're going to
It's
be in the
basically
future.
an investment into
exactly,
future.
investment,
Yeah.
But I think they don't see their future. They really don't. So they don't. And I know we probably was there too. That we ain't see.
you gotta visualize it, like you said.
Yeah.
Like you have to have some type of vision, and it might not go ideally your way, but you have something to strive for.
Yeah,
It's hard too, though.
It's hard because
Like when all your friends dying, all your friends getting locked
I
up.
think they got time to mess up. Like when you
Yeah.
young, you be like, I got time to mess up. You know what I'm saying? Like I said about getting suspended and stuff. I got time to mess up to keep messing
No,
up.
that's true.
I
Next
think,
year,
I'ma
I
get my
think younger
grades
though
up.
too. Like you would look forward to. All right, I'm looking forward to the weekend. I'm looking forward to the summertime when I ain't got school. I'm looking
Right.
forward to I'm going down the shore. I'm looking forward to this concert that's coming.
Yeah.
You look forward to like stuff like that rather than building your own things to look forward to.
Right, for sure. You get caught up in society of what society telling you that this
Or
is
that album
cool
drop,
and
yeah,
this-
yo, I can't wait for that
Yeah.
album to drop. I'm going to that concert too, like
Yeah.
stuff like that.
And, yo, that social media influence is crazy. I tell them all the time, I say, yo, just know when you open that phone up that you opening up your temptations. You know what I'm saying? Even though
Yeah.
you might be on some doing it for business, like a lot of us probably, like I force myself to get on Instagram because I know if I'm not posting this stuff, a lot of my opportunities are not gonna come or whatever. So I always sometimes I get caught in a place where I'm like I feel as though I don't want to post, I don't want to get on here, but I know I gotta get on here in order to make my next moves or get some opportunities. So I tell them just realize like when y'all get on that phone,
That's
y'all
set up-
gonna see them temptations. 'Cause
Set up to
the
distract you.
algorithm gonna show you the temptations that whatever you tempting, if it's food, whatever, you know what I'm saying. So just be aware, like, or take a break, little hour, 2 breaks. Read a book, do something different. Like, do something totally different that you wouldn't even ever do. You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
What you said makes so much sense though, bro, that a lot of youngins think they got time. And it's crazy that you said it, because as soon as you said that, it reminded me, like, when we was upstate, Frank, I'm pretty sure you heard a lot of youngins, they'd be like, oh, I'm going to get this 20 years for this body. I'll be home when I'm 40.
Yeah.
Or, you feel me? And
Even
it's
people that get 5 years.
That's 20 years,
I'll do the 5 years on my head.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
I already
like,
did
bro.
3. I'll do 5 years.
How
That's
can
what I'm
you
saying.
say
So
that?
is it like, so is you think people don't want to live, or like I think when y'all just said it, it's like you don't see your 5 years because you see your friends dying. You see the risk factor.
Yeah.
So do you think they don't got an urge to live? Like, it don't matter. My life really don't mean nothing because I don't know where I'm gonna be at after this.
I think they don't even know their own
Like,
potential.
I think
what it
that's
is.
true. They don't know their own potential. And also, it's just like,
They don't know another
Bro,
way. I don't think.
Right, yeah.
They don't know another way.
yeah, bro. It's just so many different.
But that's why it's
genres,
good for
bro.
you to get on Instagram, right? And that's why it's good for you to get on this podcast and record videos and show people like there is a way.
Right.
Because without them seeing that, they don't know. They just know what's around them.
So we balancing out basically the influence.
You got to expose them to the
Yeah.
positivity, and then like they see the consequences of their negative results. They don't see too many consequences of positive results. So all your consequence is it's going to be your outcome, right?
Yeah.
So there's consequences to good behavior, there's consequences to bad behavior. So we have to show them the consequences of good behavior
Yeah, for sure.
because they're seeing so much negative. Like, all right, I know. What's the point of even doing good? I don't see nobody making
Not
out
only
anyway.
show them though, celebrate it. Like, we celebrate the
celebrate
wrong
it.
shit.
Yeah,
like,
I
you
be-
could come home from jail and get everybody handing you
Celebrate,
money or
yeah.
looking out for you. But if you
Pictures, all that.
graduate or something, it's like, oh, all right,
Yeah.
go ahead, little nigga. You
That's-
graduate from
and
high
look,
school.
And,
You
and
feel
listen,
me?
Figure
no
it
lie,
out.
bro.
Yeah, bro.
I learned that from me posting. Like, if I'm posting a positive video, this back when I first started, I post something positive. Bro,
Yeah.
I probably get 10 likes. You feel me? Like,
Bro,
likes
right,
from
bro.
people from a whole different country or a different state that's not even in the streets to
Yeah.
the people that I'm trying to, you know what I mean, get to see it. And you post some drama, you
Yeah.
gonna get 100 likes. You post a fight, you gonna get 200 likes.
Yeah, that's
so it's like our
crazy.
mindset was already kind of created to like a systematic destruction.
Even if you think about like all the movies that are popular, right? What are they? It's like the
Gang
mobster
movies, yeah.
movies. It's the
Yeah. We was
street
influenced off of that
movies.
too to keep
Yeah.
it being like
Hell
I was
yeah.
paid in full. You know what I'm saying? Blue Hill Avenue, all them type things. That's what influenced me too. I ain't gonna lie. The one to get some money.
But
and
that ain't
hustle
real
and-
life though.
It ain't real
and
life.
and,
yeah.
and Instagram isn't real life, and kids gotta understand that too. And TikTok
Yeah.
isn't real life.
Yeah.
Like you gotta get out here and live and really have a purpose for yourself.
You gotta get out and get out your comfort zone for sure.
So
Because
what,
that
what
box
we
you
got
live
right
in-
here though.
Oh, this for sure. This
I'm
one
like,
of my
I wanna-
sponsors.
One of your sponsors for
Yeah,
your
this
nonprofit.
Trailville. Yeah, so Trailville is a entrepreneur. Shout out, her name is C. Shout out to C. She always bless the youth. So she'll drop off, I'm talking about hundreds and hundreds of merch, hoodies, shirts, shorts, everything. You know what I'm saying? To be able to bless other people. So I commend, entrepreneurs like that always
Look at what I
that
just
give
pulled
back.
up. Look what I just pulled up
Yeah,
though. What's it say?
they hot, yeah. Social media kill reality.
Social media kill reality.
Yeah.
And we were
Cousin
just
about
talking
to wear
about
them. He boycotting them. He
Yeah.
ain't wearing no
Yeah, that's hot.
boxes.
And then I got some merch.
if I'm in the
from,
pool, I can't.
I got some more merch from my actual. I do an event every year called the Frankford Night Market with my partners. So we kind of each year.
He held them tight.
Yeah, that's some
his
swim
size.
trunks. You know what I'm saying? In the summertime or whenever you go on vacation, we try to just provide some merch for every event we have. That's another way we fundraise.
How many events do you throw?
So I ain't gonna lie, bro. I used to be at like 25 events a year. I used to of me collaborating or doing our
That's
own
like
events.
2 a month.
It's like 2 a month.
Hey.
And then so it slowed down because I start, like I said, learning the business side of it more on kind of like, scale the events down, but scale them big enough to do the fundraising through one event. So focusing on one major
So
event.
have a one banger instead of two.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. And it also provide a lot of other partnerships too. Like I'm big on partnerships. I'm big on connecting with other companies and other organizations because one thing I learned, bro, the nonprofit world, I want to kind of help transition it to evolve to where we going in the world. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of still old school. Just like the school system. It's kind of still stuck in, medieval times where we got the technology, we got all this stuff, and we utilizing it the wrong way. So I want to be able to help nonprofits create, a way where they can gain their own stability, not just waiting on funding to come. You got one grant come down, right?
Yeah.
You got 8,000 nonprofits, everybody
Trying to
fighting for
split that.
one grant.
Yeah.
Or then you got people being bitter because this organization, was able to make a better resume, basically, fill out a better grant than this person that might be actually doing X, Y, and Z. So I want to create like a new way where we kind of can utilize our social medias as resumes. We can kind of utilize the footwork, the foot traffic to every organization to be able to get something out of that pie. And if it's not them getting it, then they have basically an organization in each zip code to be able to get it, to utilize it, to help other organizations, because a lot of people want to do good, bro. And even though my thing is really focused on the youth, somebody else might be helping the world to get the guns off the street. Somebody else might be helping the world to, the drug addiction or whatever that case may be. But everybody need that funding to go. If not, bro, you're going to be stuck. You're going to want to give up. You're going to be, like I said, you're going to be bitter. Oh, that person keep getting this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we finding other ways that with these events and the merch and structuring other fundraising ideals to be able to just keep money going into everybody's pockets. You know what I'm saying? So that's why hopefully by me being a person that learned a lot from my mistakes and learning, from the obstacles that we face, bro. I'm telling you, we probably got to do another interview, but it's so much stuff that's into this nonprofit stuff that is like the streets, bro. Like, you get backdoor. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of stuff that come with it, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we doing God's work, so nothing really can stop you, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, absolutely.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Anything else you want to shout out that you got going on before we
Yeah, for sure. So
anything you want to touch on that we forgot to talk about?
Yeah,
too?
I want to touch on a couple things as far as remember I know y'all was saying about like a couple of the accomplishments, and sometimes I'm kind of like low key to really be on the pedestal to, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm not really a big on public speaking. I kind of like lead in action, and y'all see me do stuff, y'all gonna be able to see it in person. I'll invite y'all to my events and stuff like that. But it's really about bringing all different type of people together to kind of create that balance, because at the end of the day, everybody not gonna be super rich or super successful and super, you know what I'm saying, glamorous. That's not life, bro. So we gotta add balance to it, to someone that might got less, and just meeting them with people, connecting them with people that can help them out. So what we got going on that I'm kind of like restructuring. Like I told you, I lost Miss Nafisha a couple months ago, so that's something that I really want to dedicate her by bringing Power Circle back up to in the right way too, in the right direction. Always keep her name alive, but we want to do some programming, right, that makes sense. And I'm gonna talk about it a little bit, because some things that's still cooking up that I'll talk about like once it start happening. But the things we got now that we cooking up, we trying to do these 9-week programs where we introducing fields of the things that kids don't even know that you could be, that can be a success for you, that, everybody want to be the rapper, everybody want to be the football player, everybody want to be like the top person, that we got so many other fields that when you watching a movie, you see the critics, you got all these other, options that you can,
players,
you got all these other things behind the scenes that you could still get $100,000 and you could still be a part. Like the Eagles just won. They got a whole staff behind them that's still a part of getting that ring. You know what I'm saying? So we going to do a 9-week program. We starting off, a friend of mine, shout out to Crack the New. It's a phone store. My homie own a phone store. So we going to do phone kits. We only going to allow 25 kids in this first workshop, where they get a phone kit. We teach them for 2 weeks how to actually fix the screens on tablets, monitors, everything. And then they keep those kits, and then they get certified. And then eventually, where the world going at today is like everything gonna be a screen anyway. So this is preparing them for, the jobs that's being taken away from AI. We trying to, show them like, listen, y'all ain't gonna learn this in school. Not saying the school is just bad. They just can't cover probably all that capacity. They're transitioning. So let's give these after school programs a pedestal, so where they can, fit in and help these kids too.
Yeah.
I always tell people like, yo, school time, the streets close around that time, bro. People sleep, you know what I mean? Like, streets don't open up to after school hours, you know what I'm saying? And that's where nonprofits like mine, like after school programs, we don't get acknowledged enough, from the city, or funded enough to be able to you have to go to school when you're young. You are told to go to school. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go to school, or you gonna you gonna get in trouble. Or your family gotta go to court. You don't have to go to after school programs. So for us to get 50 kids and all these other people getting kids into the after school program, we want to find a way where we can keep getting funded. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing we really working on with this 9-week program, where we introducing them to, like I said, those behind the scenes stuff. Even what y'all got going on. You know what I'm saying? I would love for y'all to even come out and teach, kids the media portion and like what he doing. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't get to see that. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't probably even know what that position is. So kind of introducing them in that, then getting them interns and doing internships, and then really, like I said, receiving rewards for it. Now y'all got all these skills that a robot can't take away. Because, bro, how we justifying, you can't get a job. Like, listen, we've been helping kids get jobs for years. Now it's to the point, bro, I can't even get a kid a job at McDonald's because they only got one staff and they got 5 machines, you know what I mean, self-checkout machines. But nobody really talking about this, you know what I'm saying? So what it's going to force us, to sell drugs? And then with the drugs out here, the drugs is legal, the weed illegal. You know what I'm saying? So once them dispensaries and stuff, I can't even turn to that to make no money. So I just be looking at like 5-10 years from now, my kids in the program, 12 to 19, 10 years, they going to be, 20s and 30s. So it's like, yo, what y'all going to be doing? Like, I see the world, if we don't do this, I see the world being real destructive. What opportunities we going to have in the hood? We got robots everywhere. The robots that we can't even afford to help us. So now who going to be helping us? You know what I'm saying? So I just look at all that type stuff, man. And the 9-week program, we're going to start in March. Like I said, we're going to start with the 25 just to build it out. You know what I'm saying? Just to build the capacity on it. But that's something that we using entrepreneurs. Like I said, my friend got the phone store. Then we going to go jump right into like the drone classes, like teaching them stuff that they probably never even thought of. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I'm really excited for. Then, like I said, the night market is one of the events that we really focused on this year, on making it a thing where we got just the spotlight of the city to be able to come and help us. And what the night market is a bunch of entrepreneurs, food trucks, is a basketball game, tournaments, is really a big thing in my neighborhood where it came from. Frankford Day, back in the day, like growing up, they used to have a big cookout every year called Frankford Day, which the older generation, passed it down to the younger generation to kind of take it on, but we just put a spin to it by bringing, entrepreneurs, young business owners to come sell their merch, to just be a part of the community day and give back and like I said, introduce people to what they got going on, like food trucks.
Where do you host
businesses.
that at?
It's down Frankford at the Frankford Chargers football field.
Okay.
So even like I said, it's amazing for me to be doing this stuff because I grew up, you know what I mean, and going to the schools now. I sit on the board of education. I sit on the parent and council board, the school district. So it's just amazing to me, like growing up running these hallways, that I'm able to, now provide help funding for these schools or provide different resources. And
Full circle moment.
Yeah, it's full circle, bro. That's why it's called Power Circle, man. But look, I always wanted to tell people, like, and I don't want to sound negative, but I think I'm the type of person that people gonna really probably appreciate and understand me, like, once I'm gone. Like, I'm one of them type people, like, once I'm going off this earth, then people gonna realize and understand, like, my message and my thoughts and stuff like that. So that's all right.
Keep working,
It's
man.
a good
That's
job,
it.
bro.
Sure.
Appreciate you.
And you've been in the game for a minute too.
Yeah.
I appreciate you for coming on.
Nah, I appreciate y'all.
Anything we could do, like any type of events and stuff you got going on, let us know. We shout it out on the pod.
Yeah, for sure. I want y'all there too. Y'all can come set up too. Like, you know what I mean? We got big outdoor events that people will probably love and gravitate to y'all because y'all streets to success. So it only makes sense that y'all, in the streets doing some stuff. So let's do it, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
Thanks for coming through, man. We done gave my man his bird hider. You feel me? Everything, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you for
my
coming
fiance
through,
too, man. She bird game now too. She Cowboys at first with me.
Oh,
so
yeah.
shout out to her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what's up.
Oh, y'all gotta go to a game next year.
Yeah, no, definitely. So look, that's the thing. When the Eagles play the Cowboys, bro, just let me be. You feel me? Like, let me, you know what I mean? Like, be able to kind of just, because it's like, it's too much.
Just think about Jerry Jones, bro.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna root for Cowboys. Just think about Jerry.
Right. Because I think they always gonna have.
Jerry ain't thinking about you.
All right, do they always got a little? They always got a spot in your heart. They always got a little spot in your heart.
Not no more.
Yes, they do. He got the star and everything on his
Look, that ain't for the Cowboys.
Well, I'm gonna donate my jacket to you. You can
don't
give
give
it
it
to
to
whoever
me.
you want, man. But I appreciate y'all though, for real. This was
Appreciate
dope,
you.
man.
Appreciate you,
Definitely.
bro.